In the small, fog-shrouded town of Havenbrook, a peculiar tradition has lingered for over a century. Every year, on the night of the full moon in October, couples gather at the old cemetery, where it's said that sharing a kiss at midnight ensures eternal love. But this seemingly sweet ritual hides a chilling secret, one that has haunted the town for generations. The story begins with 16-year-old Clara, a skeptic who never believed in Havenbrook's ghost stories. She's always been intrigued by the legend of the midnight kiss, but more out of curiosity than belief. When her best friend, Emma, insists on taking part in the tradition with her boyfriend, Clara tags along, mostly to make sure they don't get into trouble. What they don't know is that this year's midnight kiss will be different from any other. As the clock approaches midnight, the cemetery is filled with the soft whispers of couples eagerly waiting for the magical moment. Clara stands alone, feeling out of place among the lovebirds. But as the clock strikes 12, an icy breeze sweeps through the cemetery, and something strange happens. Time seems to slow down, and the air grows thick with an eerie silence. Clara suddenly hears a faint whisper, so soft it's almost imperceptible. She turns around to find a shadowy figure standing just beyond the reach of the moonlight. The figure is that of a young man, his features obscured by the darkness. He gazes at Clara with an intensity that sends shivers down her spine, yet she feels inexplicably drawn to him. He steps closer, and as he does, Clara notices the strange chill that seems to emanate from him. "Who are you?" Clara asks, her voice trembling. The figure smiles, a sad, haunting smile. "I've been waiting for you," he whispers. Clara is startled, but before she can respond, the figure reaches out and gently touches her hand. His touch is like ice, sending a shock through her body. Suddenly, Clara is overwhelmed by a flood of memories that aren't her own, images of a tragic love story from decades ago. She sees the shadowy figure as he once was, a handsome young man named William, deeply in love with a girl named Eliza. But their love was forbidden, and on the night of the full moon, they planned to run away together. They agreed to meet in the cemetery at midnight, where they would share a kiss and then flee the town forever. But tragedy struck. Eliza never arrived. William waited until dawn, only to find out that Eliza had been killed in a mysterious accident on her way to meet him. Devastated, William returned to the cemetery every year on the night of the full moon, hoping that somehow Eliza's spirit would find her way to him. But as the years passed, William succumbed to despair and eventually died of a broken heart, his spirit forever bound to the place where he last waited for his lost love. Clara is snapped back to the present, her heart racing as she realizes that the shadowy figure before her is William's ghost. He has mistaken Clara for Eliza, believing that she has finally returned to him. Torn between fear and pity, Clara doesn't know what to do. She tries to explain that she isn't Eliza, but William's desperation only grows. He pleads with her to share the midnight kiss, convinced that it will reunite their souls forever. At that moment, Emma and her boyfriend appear, searching for Clara. They are shocked to find her talking to what seems like thin air. Clara tries to convince them that William is real, but they can't see him. As midnight draws nearer, the pressure mounts, and Clara faces a terrible choice. Should she kiss William and risk becoming bound to his ghostly existence, or should she find a way to break the curse that has haunted him for so long? As the clock strikes midnight, Clara makes a decision that will change everything. She reaches out to William, but instead of kissing him, she speaks to him with all the compassion she can muster. She tells him the truth, that Eliza is gone, and that he must let go of the past to find peace. At first, William is distraught, but as Clara's words sink in, the icy chill in the air begins to lift. William looks at Clara with tears in his eyes, finally understanding. He thanks her, and, with one last longing glance, he fades away, leaving only the faintest trace of his presence behind. The cemetery is silent once more, but Clara feels a sense of relief, knowing that William has finally found the peace he sought for so long. As Clara and her friends leave the cemetery, the fog begins to lift, revealing a clear, starry sky. The legend of the midnight kiss has been broken, but the story of William and Eliza will live on, a reminder of the power of love and the dangers of clinging too tightly to the past. The next morning, Clara wakes up with a sense of calm, but as she looks at her hand, she notices something strange. A single delicate rose petal, as cold as ice. She smiles, knowing that somewhere William is finally free. But as she turns to leave her room, the petal disintegrates into dust, leaving Clara to wonder if it was all just a dream, or perhaps a final goodbye. This haunting tale of love, loss, and redemption leaves readers with the eerie sense that some mysteries are better left unsolved, and that even in the face of the supernatural, compassion can bring peace to even the most restless of souls.